And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome. You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to Koi Plays Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. As a set of quick announcements, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way, when uploads are made, you can see what the stars are trying to say to you. Also, if you're interested, individual reads are up and open. Either message or email me directly. Link is on main, and we'll set it up, okay? So, Taurus, happy 2026, happy New Year, all that good stuff. At time of recording, we're doing this on the night of the full moon, first full moon of the new year. And with that being said, let's look at everything new. This is going to be what I want to title as an all anew read. This is going to be represented by all the aces. So the ace of water, earth, fire, and air, cups, pentacles, wands, and swords, respectively, each trying to ask the question, what's new in our life? New ideas, new ventures, new possibility, new emotional fulfillments. What are we ready for and ready to come into? And then last, I'm going to be clarified by the Fool, which of all the majors represents new journeys ahead, right? So as a preamble to the read, Taurus, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, if it gets difficult, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, I'm not here to misguide you or mislead you. I work with 12 signs for every one of the round of reads. This time I have a new microphone. I hope that the audio is better, and really trying to get a lot of stuff back on track for myself as I also am coming back into the table and doing all this reading, right? With all that being said, lay your cards out on the table. And good or bad, come rain or sunshine, we talk about it, because at the end of the day, tarot is a conversation, just an energetic one. Yeah. So follow along with me in your read today, Taurus. Your all new read, first read of the year, 2026. And yeah, let's see what the cards say. Let's start over here with your Ace of Cups. Show us cards we need to see, please. Oh, nice. Show us cards that we need to see, please, for the Taurus Collective. Find that Ace of Cups. Sorry about my microphone a little bit there. Okay, we're good. So the Ace of Cups. Okay, King of Wands. So what we got, we do the best with it. Justice, card of Libra, in regards to what exactly? Okay. Our choice to leave something behind. We're trying to see what we are beyond it, right? What exactly it is, I'm not entirely sure, because it's giving you emotional pleasure to finally let this go. Interesting, Taurus. That's an interesting way to start the new year, but you're finally saying, hey, I'm bouncing. That's cool. Good for you. Good for you. I'm done. And with that, trying to say, I want to trust the process. I want things to balance out as they should. Justice being pulled underneath your Ace of Cups. Hey, what's going to be right for me shall and will be right for me unmistakably. And if I do right for and by me, that's what's going to happen. That's how we get it right. Not just through abstract hope, but execution. I like that for you. Next to the Ace of Pentacles. For the Taurus Collective, underneath the home element of Earth, show us the cards we need to see, please. Find the Ace of Pentacles in this read. Okay, moving forward, that Six of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Oh, we have doubts whether or not we're up to snuff or something. But we're saying the only way we're going to get there is if by taking action. So there's definitely something new. There's an old habit or an old pattern that you walked away from. Got it, Taurus. The only way that you're going to be fulfilled is if you actually go through with this idea. The next, we're moving as if we don't know, even if we're actively accomplishing it, which is a very interesting way to execute upon that Ace of Pentacles. Again, Earth is your bound element, and with the Six of Swords, moving, action, plans, decisiveness, right? Curating what is good and what is not. And then that Seven of Swords comes out. Well, what happens if I don't have it all right? There's doubt, right? We're sowing elements of unnecessary worry, things like that. I don't think it's necessarily fear that I'm sensing here. Otherwise, I'd be more like the Nine of Swords or other cards that I see. But it's just so interesting because you're actively doing it and proving that you had the answer already. And then you're saying, well, I mean, do I really? Yeah, otherwise you wouldn't have been able to pull it off. And I think you're once you get a chance to step back and see the things that you're creating, the things that you're putting into practice, et cetera, it'll prove itself with time. But it's just so interesting to accomplish things literally step by step and say, I don't know what I'm doing as you're actively accomplishing them. I wonder where that's coming from. Let's go to the Ace of Wands. Show us cards that we need to see, please. Upon Taurus and their fire, what's igniting their passion? Two of Cups. Okay, how so? How so? Ten of Swords. Okay, that's a brutal truth. And Eight of Swords. Okay, that's why. That's why. I don't think you're quote unquote hopping from one relationship to the next, Taurus. I don't see that. What I see is what you saw as a potential bond or a workable thing with you and another party, at least from what I'm seeing, you come to the conclusion that, yeah, this is dead in the water and I don't know how to end it properly. And so I'm going to invest myself into something new and it's going great. Even though you're sowing seeds of doubt within yourself, I'm not entirely convinced of that part either. That part is going great. I need to distance myself from whoever this person, whatever this thing is. Listen, that friendship, that person did not work out. I'm leaning more towards the romantic side because of the Two of Cups, but hey, take it as you will. And in regards to that, we still don't know how to even address that. So we kind of poured ourselves into something else, which is absolutely fine and okay. But the thing is, if you're actively going through your own heart's fulfillment with this Ace of Pentacles over here, with this new opportunity, and I don't think this is, again, relationship hopping or going to another person or another partnership. It's you have invested yourself into work, an idea, a passion of yours that's going swimmingly well, and it still doesn't give you the answer to whatever you were leaving behind. You know that you have to, but you feel like you can't. And it's not because it's tied to you somehow, but it's just the conclusion that I can't do this. This is not working for me anymore. Me and you, me and this arrangement, this used to work. This ain't cutting it anymore. So what do I do here? I'm just going to say this, going to throw this out there, Taurus. If you treated yourself with the confidence that you should be having with this new venture in this scenario as well, we can fully embrace how it's going to end, right? Because you already came to the conclusion, this thing is done. It's over with. I ain't touching it no more. Okay, cool. Now what? I want you to approach with the confidence that is emerging with whatever you're pouring yourself into right over here. Let that type of wherewithal, that resolve, etc., pour into you being able to say decisively, this is where it's not working, this is why it's not working, and this is why I need to leave. No takebacks, no reconsiderations. Just a thought. To your Ace of Swords, show us the cards we need to see, please, for the Taurus Collective. Upon the Ace of Swords of Truth and Insight, what do we see? Because both of those together present a challenge. Death. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. The Four of Wands. Okay. And the Seven of Wands. Okay. And in realizing that this arrangement, whatever this was, you and whatever the other party meant in this scenario, Taurus, It made you realize what you actually want and what you actually need. Everything can be garnered. There's nothing of no value, right? Even bad relationships teach us what good relationships could, would, and should be like, because it's everything that that person or that friendship or that arrangement was not. We just got to be brave enough to find it. And what I'm looking at under the truth that you came to, Taurus, is that, oh my God, it could be so much better. Like, I can have nice things. And I mean, I know what that looks like right now, but it can't be with you. So this is why this has to end. Very simple conclusion. And I think that the nice things also kind of incorporates whatever this new passion is for you, Taurus. But regardless, at the end of the day, it still spells the same conclusion. I may not be where I want, but I know it ain't here. I know I ain't with you. I know I ain't with this arrangement. So instead of complaining about it anymore or trying to hope that it could change, no, I'm actually in a state of emotional separation. The part is the execution. Okay? Underneath all, Page of Cups. Forever grateful, forever gratitude. Again, it doesn't all have to be misery as we exit one arrangement or exit one dynamic, but I want to look at the good things that I can have and keep for myself. I want you to look at the good things you can have and keep for yourself, but sometimes it's just gotta accept they don't work out. Now what? Next, let's get a card underneath every primary. Well, that was quick. And that makes sense as to why. So I was going to start with your Ace of Cups, but hey, we got 3 already. That is the Eight of Pentacles. You know well enough the signs that you have seen. 10 of Wands, the burden of what is carried because you know what you have seen. And Death. You see how it wrapped itself up? Internally, you've already made your conclusion, Taurus. This thing is done. Now what? That's what I want you to really look forward to. Underneath each individual element, show us cards that we need to see, please, for Taurus, and they're all a new read. Queen of Wands. Okay. Yeah, you're really trying to embrace, because I see this as whatever this new opportunity is for you, Taurus, you are seeing it as functionally separate from this dynamic that you're slowly pulling away from, right? In knowing that you're actually trying to preserve and pour your absolute best into it. And I think that's where some of the doubt is coming from. It's like, if I can't trust myself in this emotional arrangement, can I trust that this is right? Yes. Yes. You're just not allowing yourself to say the easy part out loud, even if it could be mean or difficult. But if you know what you have proven to yourself is already happening, it makes sense why you want to embrace it. Because if I know any Taurus, I met many throughout my life, if you didn't feel okay with it, you wouldn't do it. If you don't feel it's worth fighting for, you ain't gonna fight for it. But if it is, you're gonna move a mountain. That's why you keep going, okay? To the Ace of Wands, the Sun. Good, 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 good. My happiness is the breaking of this arrangement or this contract. You already know how you feel, like I said before. And underneath the Ace of Swords, Seven of Swords. And maybe some of those realizations came when I stopped kidding myself or lying to myself about it and just called a spade. It got a lot easier that way. It just got kind of cold and mean. Underneath it all, Ace of Cups. We went from a page to an ace, all good things with good time. Not only symbol of gratitude, but this allows me to move forward and move forward properly. Instead of wishing that we could, salvage this, I ain't wishing for that anymore. We're good. I'm good. We're cool. Okay. Resolution. As we move towards cards of resolution, first find the major arcana from across the table for Taurus in this read. And then we'll move to the Fool to end all anew. First, what about justice? What about the balancing of the scales? Show us the cards we need to see, please. For the Taurus collective. Page of Swords, yeah. If I leave this properly, it'll play out as it should. I want to trust that process, but I got to get going. How do I embrace not trying to be overbearing, but just let that whatever's not working go and trust that it'll all work out as it should? Next to Death, Page of Cups. Again, it's not hateful energy necessarily. You just decided this ain't right for me anymore. And sometimes that's the most peaceful way you can get away from something or someone. Death over here. 10 of Cups. Yeah. Because there's bigger and better beyond this. I just have to be brave enough to go see it. Let that transformation happen. To the Sun. The Pentacles. Right. I'm meeting more people, new things, new opportunities that tell me time and time again, this is what happiness should feel like and should look like. That's what I want to invest myself into, not this old dynamic. So upon the Fool, 10 of Swords, yeah. The only way to get to the new journey, we got to put the cap on the old one. Hierophant, that's you. Prioritizing me, putting me first, but even more so following what all the signs have shown me and saying this is how we execute that effectively with a plan. And the 8 of Pentacles, I know best. Sometimes it's done, and sometimes it's really done. Just a thought, Taurus. Underneath it all, 9 of Wands. The efforts I put towards whatever is new, my own fulfillment and happiness, will now be determined by me. What is not going to be determined by is me trying to save any of this anymore. What do we see upon your read, Taurus? I like this. This is a new attitude for you in the new year, so that is great. You're saying a dynamic between either you and another party, you and other people, etc. It's unsalvageable. It cannot work anymore. And so not only do I invest into my own personal need, could be a project or a passion that you've had, not only do I do that, but I'm coming to realize that I take further and further steps back from this. I don't hate y'all. I don't hate this entire situation. I don't hate you. But in order for me to love me, this is what needs to happen. This is not as terrible or as offensive as I'm trying to make it. This is what it is. And I'm looking at a Taurus who says, I know what I want in terms of my happiness. This cannot be it, at least not anymore. Hey, welcome to 2026. That's all I see in your read today, Taurus. I hope this conversation helped. And yeah, is it an easy conversation to have? Not necessarily, but emotionally, you're checked out. Now it's about moving your bags to that door. You're going to be okay. I'll see you around. Take care.